Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Instructions for Humanity. It's your girl, Tahirah, Mother of the Ages. Please, guys, go ahead and subscribe and please check to make sure YouTube has not unsubscribed you guys because every time I start to hit on some truth, this does tend to happen. We're gonna jump into this video today. Guys, it's getting very interesting. I have a vision that I received from Source Divine God, and we're gonna get into that. And I want to let you guys know that this is getting very interesting. It's getting very creepy. It's getting very cuckoo girl, very cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I don't care if you like Kamala or Kamala. I'm not really exactly sure how to pronounce her name. Or if you like Trump, it doesn't matter. I told you guys once before, if you have your quantum currency turned on, your own purified energy, that is what you use. And I want to do another video about how it doesn't matter who's up in this White House. If you are using your quantum currency, your own purified energy, you can make a shift to control the energy in this White House. Okay, I'm going to leave that part right there because this is about to get interesting. So 2.5 years ago, when I joined YouTube, right, I had a vision. I'm not sure if it was a vision or a dream, because sometimes I receive visions inside of dreams as well, or like an astro, projection where I'm like aware, or lucid dreaming rather. But nevertheless, this is what I was shown. I was shown that I think I was in a dream and I moved. It was like I was shown inside of a bathroom, and spirit told me to remove the bathroom sink from against the wall. And when I removed the bathroom sink, it was a whole council, right? The sink and like the little cabinets underneath. When I removed that, I saw the pipes representing the governmental pipes of, of the White House, of our, democracy, right? Of our whole political system. I saw that, and there was a document wedged inside of the pipes. This is what I saw 2.5 years ago. Now we're going to move forward. What I saw a few days ago, this was about 4 days ago. It was interesting. I was dreaming, and it was me and a bunch of other YouTubers. And we were all watching this happen. And guys, it's getting eerie. I'm getting goosebumps because I believe what Spirit was trying to tell me 2.5 years ago is about to happen. Okay. So in this dream, there was a bunch of other YouTubers there. And I can't even remember who they were, but these are YouTubers that are known for like deep truth, guys. These were the people that were there. We were all in Washington, D.C. It was around election time. It felt the energy that was around election time. And so we were there, and it was just like we were waiting for something to happen. We were waiting for, I think we were waiting to see, who the next president would be. And it was very interesting. Something inside of this dream drew my attention to, it was like, how people, like, let's say if you're going into like, you're going into a place, right? And they have to do security check, or they have to check your credentials, right? To see if you're on the list. It was a lady in a black suit, and spirit drew my attention to her. And I didn't want to look at her, but something said, no, you need to look at her. You need to see what she's doing, right? And so I looked at her. She was checking credentials, right? Like checking people into like a conference, right? And I just focused my energy on her. And all of a sudden, she looked up at me, and she was like a full blown, like reptilian. She was like evil. And this is what I believe is happening. In that first vision 2.5 years ago, when I removed the sink to expose what was going on in our democracy, in our political system, our political house, it was basically saying, since it was in a bathroom, that whatever is going on here is dirty. And there was a document wedged into the pipes, right? Kind of clogging up the ebb and flow of our whole political system here in America, right? And so it was very eerie when that lady looked up at me. It's like she knew. That's why I know this was not a dream. Sometimes, guys, when we're dreaming, these are not dreams. She knew that I was looking at her to see who she was. And she was like she was waiting, but it was almost like, okay, if you want to see it, here I am. And that's when I saw her look like a full-blown reptilian of some sort. And it was almost like whatever I saw 2.5 years ago is about to happen, because after that lady went full-blown reptilian and looked up at me, the one that was checking the people credentials, this thing is so, our democracy is so poisoned. What I'm trying to tell you is the plumbing system in our political house is bad, and the pipes are about to burst. So all of these YouTubers, we were there in Washington, D.C., and all of a sudden a huge flood came. I mean, I'm talking these, like the ocean or the water, I'm not even sure what it was. It was like 20 feet tall. It was massive. And we all looked at each other, and it was bigger than any of us could have ever imagined. So what I'm saying is nothing will happen. This is basically what Source was saying. It's not going to happen like everyone thinks it's going to happen. It's going to be way worse. It might not be exposed to the public that it's way worse, but the ones of us that have been here preaching truth, right? Preaching, this, kind of the prophecies we're getting that kind of go against what everyone is seeing on the media. It is far worse than we even thought that it was. But I do believe, since I saw the water exploding, those 20 feet tall, like water or waves, that I do believe Spirit is drawing a correlation between what I first saw when I just saw that the pipes were clogged up. I believe whatever document was stuck in those pipes in our political system here in America has now been removed, right? Because that's what I saw, that document rolled up. It was an old document back from like the 16 or 1700s, right? And they used to write with the little pens with the little ink pad. That has been removed. And now all the water, that pressure have been building up. This thing that's going on here with Kamala, she's just the front person. She's actually there. What she doesn't understand really is that they are throwing her under the bus, because whatever is about to happen, it is going to be massive. I'm talking this flood. We all looked at each other. We couldn't believe it did not happen like any of us thought that it would happen. It was far worse than we could have ever imagined. And the whole system, every single person working within and around the White House and in our democracy, this is what I'm saying. They're all in position and they are not real. It's what I am saying. They are not real. This is spirit coming through very clearly. It's not just that person that was checking credentials that's not real. None of them. They're all in position. And they're all opposing us. That's what I'm saying. So when this water breaks, thank you, Source. This is deep. This is getting deep. This is getting deep, y'all. When the water breaks, this is Source. This is a birthing season we're in. Now we're going through that 888 portal, August 8th, right? This is a portal, a birthing portal. Some of us are going to be birthed out to higher consciousness, going on to the golden age, 1,000 years of peace. Some of us will be looped back around in another 8, 16, or 24-year cycle. And as we looked at in the other video me and Keahe did earlier about Kamala, she is part of this energy of this infection to the nation. I'm not even sure if she knows she's being used. I think she is doing what she's always done. When I think she was a district attorney, I think she has that same sort of countenance, right? But she doesn't know that they're going to throw her under the bus. And here's the gag, Black people. This woman is not even Black, 0% foundational Black American, absolutely zero. Obama was 0% foundational Black American. He had a Kenyan father and an American mother, Caucasian American mother, 0% Black foundational American. Our roots go back here generationally. And Kamala, her mother is, I know she's Indian. I think she's South Asian. I do believe. And her father's Jamaican, but see, Jamaica is not a race. Just because you're from Jamaica doesn't automatically mean that you are Black. I know I was watching a video, Judge Joe Brown, and I love Judge Joe Brown. If you guys know my story, I actually started off there before I start producing at Judge Judy. Judge Joe Brown, that TV show, that court TV show, he was the one that actually gave me my first shot at producing, right? So I produced several cases there, and then Judge Judy show hired me on to be an associate producer there. But I say that to say this man, I've spoken to this man multiple times. I've done other projects with him and some other friends I used to work in television with. And this man knows his stuff. When I tell you he knows law better than anyone, he doesn't have to read anything. He knows it. It's all in his mind. He has like a photographic memory. And he gave the rundown on Kamala and her stats, right? Of how she would just lock up, Black people. And even she was trying to she even locked up Black mothers, right? The Black mothers would drop their kids off to school, and those kids would skip school, and she was locking up the parents, right? She sent a whole letter out to the district that she was going to be locking up parents if their children did not attend school. Like, it was crazy. So, and by the way, back there when I think it was like 2016, she was Indian there. She was the first Indian, in the Senate or as district attorney. Now she is supposed to be the first Black president. Well, Kamala Harris is not Black. Just because you have darker skin or brown skin or tan skin like us does not make you a foundational Black American. And furthermore, I think she grew up in Canada. So it's just very interesting that every time we get a so to speak Black president, when you look at their roots, they're not really foundational Black American at all. 0%. I think her father is half like Jamaican, Indian, right? And Irish. I know he has, and that's what Judge Joe Brown was saying. He has Irish and, I do believe Asian background, Indian background. So I'm just trying to find out where the Black is, but here's the gag, Black people, here's the gag. They're using her, and what they're going to say when she fudges up this whole thing, and she will, is that, look at Black women, look at Black people, Black women specifically, they can't run nothing. That's what I'm saying. You think that you're going to vote her in there because they told you she was Black, and she's not, by the way. But when she messes up, who are they going to blame? Because the media is already setting her up, setting us up, actually. They're just using her. And in the end, they're going to say, look what this Black woman did. Don't fall for it. I'm not falling for it because the whole governmental system is bad. The pipes of this nation is bad in our political system. So this message that started 2.5 years ago is now coming full circle because I saw these huge, the water broke in DC, and it was only in DC. I'm not sure if it was in any other part of the East Coast, but we were planted in DC, and we were there for some sort of presidential convention. And this was definitely given, it was given presidential energy, like around voting time. That is what it was given. And this is when these pipes burst. So whatever is going to happen cannot be stopped. Whatever is going to happen has been planted in our system since I saw that document was 16 or 1700s. I do believe it's the 1700s. Whatever is going to happen has been building and building and building ever since then. I'm not sure what was on that document, but I do remember my last video, I said it has something to do with the New World Order, right? So whatever is about to happen, trust and believe, Kamala is part of this. And this is hundreds of years ago when this started taking place. What is about to happen cannot be stopped. It is going to be massive. It's going to be big. There's going to be casualties. Whatever's about to happen is going to be massive. It's much bigger than any of us ever thought it was. And it's very interesting. Source has not given me what it is. And that's probably for not only my own protection, but, you know, in truth, guys, there's just certain things that have to come to pass. You know, there's just certain things that do have to come to pass. So sometimes we don't get exactly what's going on, but what I'm telling you is this. These are the spiritual facts that I know. What's going to happen is much bigger than we could have ever thought. All of us truth speakers, it's much bigger than any of us truth speakers here on YouTube or off of the platform could have ever thought. Kamala is being used to basically usher whatever this is in. And she's going to take the fall for it. And as a Black woman, she's not, but that's what they tell people. She's going to take the fall for it. So she's a tool that they are using, right? But even more than that, and I'm going to dig a bit deeper into this because it's very eerie. Like when source doesn't tell me exactly, but all I know, I see catastrophe. I see like this, everyone is in on it. It's like, I'm going to say this, y'all, ain't none of these people real. It's really what it's given. It's really given that none of these people in DC are real. And when this event happens, when these pipes burst, I saw the water go everywhere. And it was bigger than we could have ever imagined and thought. But the water also exposed what was going on behind the scenes. We're going to know very soon. We're going to know what their plans were very soon. I'm talking, this is back in the 1700s, at least, if not earlier. We're going to know what they've been planning for us. We're going to know that very soon. It's much worse and much more demonic and outer worldly than people could ever think of. This is actually going to be part of humanity's awakening. The ones that are in these comments complaining about a reading that we're doing on Kamala, I can't make this up. I'm tapping into her energy, and the energy, what I'm telling you, is not good. It is not good for humanity. This channel is called Instructions for Humanity. Divine Source gave me that name. These are the instructions. This one here is a infection used to usher in a lower frequency. This 888 portal that's coming up next month, if you do not save yourself now, go to higher ground. Thank you, Source. The water is about to hit. The water is going to drown. If you are in the still low in consciousness, you won't survive this. They're going to capture so many souls. This is all a ritual. Thank you, Source. The whole election is a ritual. It is. They're going to capture so many souls. So many souls will be lost. This is the waters that I'm seeing. So many souls will be sucked back into this system. Me and many other people were trying to get you guys to higher ground. It's not about liking your favorite people. It's about what is best for humanity, and this ain't it. It's not. Energy does not lie. This woman has no compassion, no empathy, no sympathy. She's not motherly. She's not nurturing. This is spiritual, right? She's not fruitful. She's none of these things. She's a tool. And you know what happens? When they're done with their tools, they always break them. Whatever's going to happen with this plumbing system being bad in our political house here in this nation. The pipes are about to burst. The water is about to break. It's dualistic. Some of us going to be birthed out to higher ground, higher consciousness. Some of us will be sucked back down the drain. Pipes in this system. If you don't get out now, if you don't know that this stuff is fake now, and you give your energy and you give your consent to this, you're going to get sucked and looped back around. See, this is bigger than what you think. This is separating the wheat from the shaft. Chosen from the non-chosen. The ones that are going to higher ground and frequency and consciousness, and the ones that will be looped back around here, recycled. This is what this really is, but all I can say, it's much bigger than we could have ever imagined. It's much, much bigger. Okay? Be honest with you, I wish I had more. I do, but in truth, I know that I'm being protected and I'm not going to push source. I know when I've said enough, I'll let that be that for now. But when you see the water break, when you see the pipes burst, just know that we're going to know what's been hidden behind door number 2. We're going to know what's been hidden in our political house since at least the 1700s. I'm seeing at least 1714. We're going to know, and it's going to change everything. And at this point, if you still do not believe, the ones that still don't believe that this is all quack, this is all ritual, it's all a show, it's all to cipher your energy so that they remain in power, then you will be looped back around and you will be part of the beast system. This is what, thank you, Source. Yeah, once that comes out, once this event happens, you will never be able to unsee it in the heart space. You're going to know. You're going to know what it is. You're going to know everything that we thought was hidden from us. You're going to know it. Source is going to press it on your heart space. And it's going to be able to save a lot more people and bring a lot more people that were on the fence into higher consciousness. So just wait. You don't have to get into the comments and say anything. Just wait. Source is going to bring a flood, so spiritually speaking, into our political system. It's going to be a storm, right? It's going to be an absolute storm, and it's much bigger than we could have ever thought. And it plays out different than any of these prophecies. It's like there's bits and pieces of the prophecies all kind of tied in together. It's very multi-layered, right? But the whole point of what Source wants to know is us to know is that we're going to finally know the truth. We're not going to have to speculate anymore. We're going to know. And the average man, not even people with gifts of visions and prophecies and psychics, no, the average man is going to know what's been muddying up our political system. And at that point, if you still choose to go along with the foolishness, you will be consenting to being part of the beast system. Okay? I'm going to leave this right here, guys. Subscribe to the channel and also subscribe to It the 54 Technology. And if you want to book your own quantum telekinetic reading with energy medicine, also just go ahead and email instructions number 4, humanity@gmail.com. But I love you guys. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.